Atlanta News First, Yasmina Alston is live at Centennial Olympic Park tonight, where hundreds of first responders gathered. Yasmina?
And they had that mass casualty training exercise here at the park because this is where they're expecting big crowds for different fan events during the World Cup.
The thing about this training you'll see today is the scale of response that we're going to have.
If you passed Centennial Olympic Park in downtown Atlanta on Monday morning, you most likely saw a lot of commotion as part of a major mass casualty training ahead of the World Cup in the city. Atlanta Police, Atlanta Fire Rescue, and Grady EMS participated in a full-scale exercise of an active shooter scenario. That scenario looks like an active shooting. Police then respond to the threat, and then fire and EMS come in to help injured people.
The number one thing is to stop the violence. After we stop the violence, then we want to save as many lives as possible.
About 100 officers and approximately 50 members of fire rescue were involved. Officials say this location is also where they're expecting big crowds during the World Cup because of fan activities.
There are no scenarios that we can't train for. However, as you just talked about, the unpredictability of what can happen, anything can happen. We're just ready to respond to anything.
Centennial Olympic Park is, of course, also where a bombing happened during the 1996 Olympics. So officials say that response and situation was used in today's training.
That event was looked at extensively, and this is what helped us because that event was looked at by the Atlanta Police Department, by the FBI, and by the GBI. And so that collaboration is really what got that incident resolved. And so we'll still use the same formula here.
And Atlanta first responders do this type of training all the time, but today's training was geared specifically towards preparing for the World Cup. Live in downtown Atlanta, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
Last month, MARTA, Atlanta Fire, and Grady EMS ran a full-scale emergency drill at the West End station preparing for the World Cup. The signs of the World Cup really are starting to be seen downtown. Maybe you've seen some of this because the Benz will be called Atlanta Stadium because of FIFA's strict sponsorship rules.